some people out there say, is it dinghy cruising or trailer sailing? And you know what? It's really just having fun on the water in small boats.
On this episode, I check out some options for dinghy cruising, meet Scott and his amazing bargain buy of a navigator, and some great American news for scruffy boats like Kate Louise.
Hi, I'm down at Parsley Bay Boat Ramp, which is at Brooklyn. I've come for a midweek sail. It's been raining all week and it's going to rain tomorrow, so this is the only opportunity. Very overcast. There might be 4 or 5 knots, so it's a very light sail. But someone's going to get a surprise when they get down here to go for a sail. Or maybe a Maritime Services Board towed it to this point so it can be dragged out. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a bit cloudy. It's quite hot, it's very humid, it's about 26. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Normally between Christmas and New Year, it's sunny and it's the main holiday break for people in Australia, or one of them. And it's been a bit wet this year and it's meant to be all bushfires, so I don't know if that's still to hit us, probably late January, February. February's normally the hottest month. Anyway, I was desperate to get out on the water. Haven't sailed for 3 weeks or something. You probably saw the fireworks on the Divekin. That was the my last time on the water for New Year's Eve. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Sydney's got one of the best fireworks displays for New Year's Eve, probably in the world. Well, as you can see, there's not a lot of wind. Probably only 2 knots, 1 or 2 knots. It's meant to get up to 4 or 5 about 11 o'clock, and it's about 9:45 now, so we're probably a bit early. Brooklyn Boat Ramp, I've been there before where I couldn't actually find a trailer space, so I ended up going home. On nice sunny days, fishermen are there by 6 o'clock in the morning and the car park's full. So you've got to plan ahead, or come on a weekday. Well, it's about 11 o'clock and at last the wind's kicked in. Probably only 5 knots, but we seem to be doing 4.4 through the water, which is quite fast really. Maybe it's a bit more than 5 knots wind. So we're actually doing 5.3 knots through the water, which is pretty good. So I reckon it's got to be at least 8 knots of breeze now, maybe a bit more. Just going up past Pitwater, which is over there, towards Lion Island. So there's a lot more swell coming in through here. So in front of us is the entrance to Pitwater. You can see Baron Joey on the left and West Head on the right. And then over to the left there is Lion Island. I know I sail here quite a bit, but it's a good spot to sail basically if you're in Sydney. You've got Cowan Creek down that way and you've got Pitwater down that way, and they're both quite big waterways. We're doing 4.1 knots and the most we've done is 6.1, and we've been pretty much tacking all the way. So that's West Head over there. If you ever come to Sydney and come up to Pitwater, go to West Head in the Ku-ring-gai National Park, because the view from the top there is spectacular. You can see the remnants of 2 pillboxes there. Well, back in the war they had a mini sort of railway and they had a jetty, and they could winch supplies up to the top, and also armaments, because in the hills here there were lots of gun emplacements, because they were really worried about the Japanese coming in through here. Lion Island and Umina, coming up to the back of Barrenjoey. Often you can see seals on those rocks. Don't think there's any there today though. And you do get dolphins in here as well. So if you've watched Bruce's last sail, where he sailed all the way down from Lake Macquarie down to here, Pitwater, he stayed just in here behind the head here. That's where he stayed overnight. So I've just jibed and I'm going to head back now. It's about 12:15. It might take me only a couple of hours to get down there. It might take me 3 or 4, depending if the wind dies or not. But hopefully I should be able to get quite a long way down Cowan Creek. Just having my usual for lunch, salmon on a roll. And we are rolling a bit. There was this constant banging in there, which was really annoying me. And it was my spare cup that was on a shelf that was just banging from side to side. But I had a bit of an accident, so I moved in there to find it. I split my shorts. I won't bother to show you a close-up of the shorts. It's a little bit breezy now. Well, we're flying back, doing about 4 knots. Fantastic. The sun's coming out again. I've had a few people that have said they've seen the videos, and they've seen Bruce's and Josh's videos, and they want to have a go at dinghy cruising, but they don't know what sort of boat to buy. Well, it really depends where you come from. In Europe, you've got a lot more choice if you want traditional timber. In Australia, there aren't that many, and most people have to build their own. And a lot of people don't have time to do that. So I think what happened in Australia when fiberglass came into production in about the 50s, fiberglass took off with trailer sailors in the 70s and 80s. And there's still a lot of those trailer sailors still around, and they're very reasonably priced, but they are 50 years old. So anything from, you know, $2,000 to $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, and some are even free, like Adam's boat in the last video I showed. He got an Investigator 563 for nothing, because someone wanted it out of their yard. So you've got to look around on Gumtree or Yacht Hub. There are second-hand boats there that are very cheap, but you've always got to be aware with boats. If they're very cheap, they're probably very cheap for a reason. Maybe the sails are shot, maybe the trailer's hopeless, but there are good bargains to be had, so don't give up looking. You will find something. In Australia, we've got probably Hartleys were around in the 50s, timber Hartleys, and there's still a lot of those around that still race today. And then you've got Compass Carreels, which were fiberglass, and they were in their heyday during the trailer sailor era, and they were built in Sydney. But you've got lots of others as well. You just got to really look. It also really depends on what sort of trailer sailing you want to do. Are you going to go with a family, in which case you need to be able to probably sleep 4? Are you going to be able to get it on and off the trailer by yourself? Because the bigger they are, the harder they are to get on and off the trailer. And fiberglass means less maintenance, of course. But if you want to do solo dinghy cruising like me, anything up to about 18 foot is quite manageable and quite good. Anything over that gets a bit hard by yourself. Some people out there say, is it dinghy cruising or trailer sailing? And you know what? It's really just having fun on the water in small boats. If it means having a trailer sailor because you've got a family or you want something a bit more substantial, fair enough. If you like messing about in dinghies, why not camp in a dinghy? It's just as much fun. Mind you, sometimes they are a little bit small because you do need comfort. Scott just bought a navigator and he got a really good deal. The last time we met, you were rowing, I think, on the Sand Isles?
Yes, I rode over at the Sand Isles in the morning.
Morning, Scott.
Morning, Paul.
So you rowed across from Rathmines?
Yes, I did. 2.4 kilometres
Okay.
in a straight line. I don't row very straight though.
In your Phoenix 3?
Phoenix 3, yes, correct. Lovely rowboat. Ross Williston design.
Looks very nice.
Thank you. It's lovely to row.
Next time you'll be sailing with us.
Yes, hopefully.
Good man.
Ross started some work on the Phoenix when he stumbled across the Navigator.
So now I have two boats I'm working on.
Will you sell the Phoenix or not?
I will keep the Phoenix for a couple of years because I want to do some day sailing and some rowing.
Yeah.
More up the rivers.
Yeah.
And I have an electric motor for it as well. So.
Oh, okay. Tell me about your Navigator.
Well, Paul, I was lucky enough to see an ad for it, and it had only just been posted, and I contacted the gentleman, and there it was. I went and had a look at it the next day, and asked him how much it was, and it was $3,000, and I paid him there and then.
Oh my God, $3,000. The amount of hours to build that boat must have been colossal.
Yes.
$3,000 is so cheap.
Yep. It's 20 years old. It had never been in the water, and had been in a shed for an awful long time.
This trailer looks absolutely brand new.
Yep.
So what do you still need to do to it to get before you can get it on the water?
It is complete in component wise. I have to set up the rigging, I have to do a bit of sanding and finishing of the spars and the dagger board, and that's about it. I've got to adjust the outboard well.
Yeah.
To fit the new model motors.
Because you're going to go on the electric, aren't you?
I'm going electric, so Sandy and I can use it as a putt-putt.
Yeah. Have you got the sails, did you say?
Yes, sails are brand new in sail bags.
Sails are brand new?
Sails are brand new.
Oh my God, you can spend $3,000 on sails easily.
Yeah.
And the trailer's at least $3,000 to $6,000, so...
Yeah. I got a bargain, Paul.
Absolute
no doubt
bargain, yeah, absolute bargain.
Very happy.
Wind's dropping a bit, but we're still doing 3.5 knots. Still right. Somebody else asked me, were moorings free? Well, there are public moorings which are free, and then there's private moorings which are normally owned by individuals or clubs. And the protocol is you can use a private mooring if there's no boat on it, but if they come and ask you to move, you've got to move, which is fair enough, because they're paying for it. Up here in Cowan Creek, most of the bays have got 2 or 3 public moorings, but they get full pretty quickly. And down there is America's Bay and Refuge Bay, where a lot of clubs have a lot of club moorings. I've decided I'm going to take a mooring here in Little Shark Bay. The wind should swing around to the south in the night, so we should be protected, but I mean it'll probably drop down next to nothing. It is very busy, so I'm sort of inclined to grab a mooring while I can. It's only about 2:30 in the afternoon, but I'm desperate for a swim. Very hot now. So I'm on a mooring here in Little Shark Bay, and I haven't put up my boom tent because it just gets too hot, because it closes right down to the side. So I bought a little tarp thinking it would do as a sunshade. It's still a work in progress because it's quite windy and it's not really holding its shape. And it's okay, it hasn't fallen down, so it must be doing something right.
but I might put the proper boom tent up later because it might rain overnight. Anyway, it's 4 o'clock. I did have a swim, albeit briefly, because this is Little Shark Bay, because it was getting so hot. But now it's sort of clouding over a bit more, and the temperature's dropping a little bit, which is good. And hopefully the wind will drop a bit more before I put the other tarp up. When I get around to putting a solar panel on, I'll have to put another box here to take the electrics for that. And I have to say thank you very much to all those people that leave nice comments. I know I say this a lot, but I've now got 7,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable. I had 1 million views not long ago, and now I've got 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much to everybody, and I always try and answer all the comments if you leave a comment. And do let me know if you've got any suggestions for other videos, because I'm always open to ideas. I'm not precious about anything. Yeah, so let me know. And thank you for watching. I gave up on the concertina, just wasn't feeling it, couldn't hit the right buttons. It's not easy, you know, it's not easy at all. Anyway, hopefully one day I'll get there with practice. It's only been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that. And I don't practice every day, I probably should, but I don't. But anyway, keeps the brain ticking over, hopefully. So it's about 7:30, it's time for dinner, and tonight I'm going to have something a little bit different. It's called Heinz Tortellini, 3 cheese with creamy mushroom and bacon. It's probably not real bacon, hopefully it's bacon flavouring. But I'm going to add some sweet corn and some peas just to make it a bit more interesting. And it's already pre-cooked, so a good idea if you're going away and you don't have a fridge. Because I don't have a fridge, and it's either dehydrated or sachet meals that I can find. I have actually had a quick taste, and it tastes alright. I don't know how long they last for, but you can have a few of these on the boat if you don't have a fridge. I have added a little bit of milk just to give it a bit more creamy sauce. It's tasting really good. And if you're wondering why I haven't had dead potato for a while, well, it is summer, you know, and you really need to be winter to have dead potato. So I haven't given up on dead potato continental, but I'm moving slightly towards Heinz sachets. If you want to send me a case of that Heinz, I'd be very impressed. Just joking. The sun's setting, bit of a sunset, not much really, and the wind has died down a bit. I think I might put the boom tent on in a minute because rain is predicted. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty much time for bed, so I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. I was woken up by a duck, I think it was, or a bird colliding with the boom tent. I think they were going to try and land on it and realised it was curved and couldn't. So I could see through the boom tent this shadow and this bang, and then it flew off. Hopefully it hasn't left anything there. I just checked the weather forecast. The wind doesn't come up to 9 o'clock, which is about an hour's time. It'll only be 8 or 9 knots. And then the rain starts at about 11. And rains till 4 o'clock. In theory, hopefully it won't. Yeah. Time for breakfast. And yes, you guessed it, I'm going to have scrambled egg. And I've got some mushrooms, tomatoes and a bit of spinach. And I might just add the rest of the peas. I know that's a bit odd for scrambled egg, but might as well use them up. The sun's come out and we got a bit of rain. So there's my normal scrambled egg with mushrooms, tomatoes, spinach, and I think there's a bit of lettuce in there as well. And peas. Yes, Len, peas. Doesn't taste too bad actually. That was responsible for that. Very pleasant though, it's probably 5 or 6 knots, maybe a little more, but yeah, very pleasant. This is Fisherman's Beach, where the raid group have stayed overnight before, probably a couple of years ago now. Great spot, especially in a northerly. I think the wind's picked up a little bit now, only a little bit. We're doing 4.6 knots, which is pretty good through the water. The end of Lion Island coming into view, around the end of West Head. I think I might go to Patonga, which is dead ahead, have lunch there, maybe go for a swim, have a bit of a rest and then come back. It's been a good sail up, nice breeze sailing all the way up, and the rain's held off. In all the videos I've made, quite a few people have asked where do they get a Stornaway 18? Well, they were made by Scruffy Marine in Queensland, but they're now going to be made in the States by a company called Coast Boatworks in Kansas. I'll put the link below. And they're going to start production very soon. I think they're going to start with Shimmys and then they're going to move up to Stornaway 18s and Secret 20s. They're going to machine the kits over there and then sell them all around the world. So if you like the look of a Stornaway or a Shimmy, why not contact Coast Boats and talk to Michael? Just coming up to Patonga. Not a bad place to stop for lunch, Patonga Beach. Just out of the wind and northerly. And it's much quieter than all those beaches down Cowan Creek. Really nice, very nice. And there's a very nice pub over there if you're ever in the area. I don't know what it's called, but the pub at Patonga, very nice. That was a very nice lunch stop. Nice and quiet, not too crowded. There is something building over there, so it might rain later tonight, but I think I'll be home by then, hopefully.
Should take me about an hour to get back to Brooklyn from here. It's not far. Back of Baron Joey over there behind the fishing boat. They're actually prawn boats. I think there's 3 or 4 of them. Just see Lion Island coming into view on the left. I've dropped the main and now we're just going under the Genoa and the mizzen. I'm still doing 3 knots. The wind's pretty much behind us now. There's a few white caps, I don't know, it's probably 9 or 10 knots, maybe a bit more. Certainly felt like a bit more. Looks like bad weather must be coming because everyone's disappeared. I was really crowded before, now it's there's nobody here and it's a Thursday. The rain did hold off, so I've been really lucky. That's the sport and rec camp for kids. Not a bad spot. Thank you very much for watching Sailing Kate Louise. Hit that like button, subscribe or leave a comment, and I'll see you on the water somewhere next time.